Colonel Potter, sir, my last wish is to be buried in my mother's wedding gown.
I've seen these Dodgers for 40 years, all the tricks.
What if MASH's laughter hit a war fiercer than the one on screen? For 11 seasons, this TV titan brought the Korean War's chaos and heart into over 200 million homes, blending razor-sharp comedy with gut-punching drama in a way that changed television forever. It wasn't just a show, it was a cultural force, a weekly ritual that felt like bunking with the 4077th. But behind the cameras, the cast fought battles of their own, rivalries, sudden exits, and secrets that simmered for decades. Whispers are swirling that Loretta Swit, the fierce Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, spilled explosive truths before her passing on May 31st, 2025. Let's dive into the drama that shaped MASH and uncover what really went down. MASH was a revolution from its first episode. Airing on CBS from September 17, 1972 to February 28, 1983, it followed the doctors and staff of the 40-77th Mobile Army Surgical Hospital in Uijeongbu, South Korea, during the Korean War. Based on Richard Hooker's 1968 novel and Robert Altman's 1970 film, it wove comedy and drama into a raw portrait of war's absurdity, heartache, and humanity. One scene, you're laughing at a prank. The next, you're choking up over a soldier's loss. It mirrored the Vietnam War, still raging in 1972, tapping into America's unease with stories grounded in real Korean War surgeons' accounts. Blood in the OR, homesickness, and moral dilemmas. The numbers are staggering. 256 episodes, 14 Emmy Awards, and a finale, Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen, that drew 106 million viewers, holding the most watched TV episode record until 2010. MASH ran 8 years longer than the war it depicted, inspiring shows like ER and Scrubs by ditching laugh tracks and surgery scenes and embracing raw emotion. Fans on X in 2024 still call it the gold standard of TV. The cast was pure magic. Alan Alda led as Captain Benjamin Hawkeye Pierce, a surgeon whose sarcasm masked a bleeding heart. Loretta Swit shone as Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, the tough nurse with a complex soul. Wayne Rogers charmed as Captain Trapper John McIntyre, Hawkeye's roguish buddy. McLean Stevenson warmed hearts as Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, the bumbling commander with a dad-like vibe. Larry Linville was the perfect villain as Major Frank Burns, a pompous weasel. Gary Burghoff stole scenes as Corporal Radar O'Reilly, the naive clerk with chopper-sensing ears. Jamie Farr brought laughs as Corporal Max Klinger, dodging duty in dresses, and William Christopher added soul as Father Francis Mulcahy, the gentle chaplain. Off-screen, they were tight, rehearsing at Alda's house where he'd hide props for laughs, or Swit leading sing-alongs at cast dinners. Fan mail from 1973, archived by CBS, praised their family vibe, and 1970s fan clubs sprang up nationwide. X posts from 2024 gush over clips of their pranks, like Rogers pinning clamps on Linville's back. Yet even the tightest crews crack, and MASH's storm was looming. By season 2, success brought tension. MASH hit the top 10 after moving post All in the Family, but Hawkeye's moral streak made him the show's heart. Writers leaned into Alan Alda's role, giving him deeper storylines, sidelining others. Co-stars like Rogers and Stevenson, expecting an ensemble, felt their roles shrink. Creative clashes fueled the fire. Creators Larry Gelbart and Gene Reynolds fought CBS for a darker tone, interviewing real surgeons for authenticity. CBS pushed sitcom tropes, but Gelbart won a battle to ditch the laugh track and OR scenes. Writer Ken Levine later shared a story of a rejected episode where Hawkeye's pacifism clashed with saving an enemy soldier, nixed by CBS for being too heavy. Set diaries from 1973 hint at cast grumblings over script changes, with Rogers questioning Hawkeye's growing focus. These battles set a tense stage, with writers, execs, and actors at odds. One star was ready to bolt, and it would shock everyone. Wayne Rogers was the first to break free. As Trapper John, he was Hawkeye's equal, a skilled surgeon with a devilish grin. But by season 3 in 1975, Trapper's screen time dwindled as Hawkeye dominated. Rogers told the Cincinnati Enquirer he was tired of Alda's shadow, later saying in a 1980s interview that MASH became The Adventures of Hawkeye Pierce. In the book and film, Trapper was the top thoracic surgeon, but Hawkeye stole those storylines. Rogers never signed his contract, giving him leverage, and demanded more creative control and pay. He walked away, stunning fans. Trapper was discharged, replaced by Mike Farrell as BJ Honeycutt. CBS archives show 1975 fan letters begging for Trapper's return, with one calling it a betrayal. Reddit threads from 2023 blame Alda's ego, though Rogers and Alda stayed friends, with Alda giving a heartfelt eulogy at Rogers' 2015 funeral. Rogers' exit rattled the set, but another goodbye would shatter hearts. McLean Stevenson's 1975 departure was a TV earthquake. As Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, he was the 4077th's warm, clumsy dad, a fan favorite for his everyman charm. A former salesman who started acting at 31, Stevenson craved stardom. He told Gene Reynolds he wanted his own show, admitting in a 1991 Memories of MASH interview, "I thought America loved McLean Stevenson, but they loved Henry Blake." Like Rogers, he felt dwarfed by Hawkeye's spotlight. Reddit threads from 2023 claim he clashed with writers over Henry's arc, though unverified. His exit episode, Abyssinia Henry, was brutal. Henry gets discharged, heads home, and dies when his plane is shot down. Writers kept the death secret, so Radar's OR announcement hit the cast raw. Swit's tears were real. CBS received thousands of angry letters, with fans calling it heartless. The move spiked ratings, cementing MASH's anti-war edge. Stevenson's solo shows like Hello, Larry and The McLean Stevenson Show flopped and he regretted leaving. Swit hinted he felt unappreciated, a wound that fueled his leap. While fans mourned, another star was restless. Larry Linville's goodbye was subtler but bold. For 5 seasons, he played Major Frank Burns, the sniveling surgeon clashing with Hawkeye and Trapper. Frank was a sitcom villain, but as MASH turned dramatic, Linville felt trapped. A Royal Academy of Dramatic Art alum, he told interviewers, "I'd done all I could with Frank. He wasn't growing." A rumored script dispute with Alda over Frank's dialogue, unverified but whispered on set, added tension. By season 5's end in 1977, his contract was up, and he declined a 2-year extension, craving depth. Frank had a breakdown after his affair with Margaret ended and was sent stateside. David Ogden Stiers joined as Charles Winchester, fitting the show's new tone. Swit called Linville a riot, and Alda praised his professionalism. TV Guide letters from 1977 show fans missing Frank's antics but respecting Linville's exit. He thrived on the Rockford Files and Chips, proving his versatility. His stand showed MASH's evolution and the cost of artistic integrity. Linville slipped away, but another star was burning out. Gary Burghoff's 1979 farewell broke fans' hearts. As Corporal Radar O'Reilly, he was MASH's soul, the naive clerk with a teddy bear and chopper-sensing ears. The only 1970 film holdover, he won a 1977 Emmy. But by season 8, nearing 40, he was drained playing a teen-like role. He later said family trumped fame, and 12-hour shoots clashed with fatherhood. Unverified reports, like a 1983 Alda biography, claim a shouting match with Stevenson and a chair-throwing spat with Rogers. Crew found him contentious, despite Radar's charm. The Goodbye Radar 2-parter where he leaves his teddy bear was a tearjerker. Fan magazines from 1979 gushed over Radar, and 2024 X posts recall fans sobbing. Burghoff later said Radar's emotional toll lingered. His exit was about health and family, but set friction didn't help. Amid the chaos, one woman kept the peace, at a hidden cost. Loretta Swit was MASH's anchor. As Margaret, she evolved from hot lips to a nuanced leader, earning 2 Emmys across 245 episodes. Off-screen, she was a peacemaker in a male-heavy cast. In interviews, she hinted at friction, saying she worked to keep harmony. X posts from 2025 claim that before her death at 87, Swit revealed Alda's dominance and the strain of being the lone female lead. One fan wrote, "Loretta carried Margaret's strength but hid her own pain." Another shared meeting Swit at a 2010 convention, calling her warm but guarded about MASH. These reports are unconfirmed, pure speculation, but fuel curiosity. Her bonds with Alda and Harry Morgan, who played Colonel Potter, were tight. She stayed neighbors with Morgan until his 2011 passing. Her animal activism via Sweetheart Animal Alliance defined her later years, but her silence on MASH's drama spoke volumes. One man's vision fueled the drama. Alan Alda wasn't just MASH's star, he was its heartbeat. By the late 70s, he was writing, directing, and producing, shaping episodes like The Nurses, which deepened Margaret's backstory, and House Arrest, exploring Hawkeye's ethics. His scripts tackled war's toll, racism, and mental health, earning 5 Emmys. Reddit threads from 2024 debate his overreach, with some calling it the Hawkeye Chronicles, while others praise his genius. A rumored clash with writers over a preachy script, unverified, added tension. His push for realism using surgeon stories birthed episodes like The Interview, documentary style, and Point of View, a soldier's POV. But co-stars like Rogers, Stevenson, and Burghoff felt sidelined. Swit called Alda a dear friend, far from Hawkeye's cynicism, yet the ensemble vibe faded. Alda's influence wasn't the only chaos. Disasters struck too. Chaos wasn't just personal. On October 9, 1982, a Malibu brush fire torched the set, with footage woven into the finale as the 4077th fled flames. The set, partly rebuilt in 2008, was hit by the 2018 Woolsey fire, sparking nostalgic X posts. Writers faced battles. Ken Levine recalled scripting a cold weather episode to quiet actors' script gripes. CBS vetoed a Klinger backstory episode about his Toledo roots, deemed too niche, and Hawkeye on the Double, where Hawkeye juggled two nurses for being too spicy. A writer's anecdote from a 1980s memoir describes cast improvising lines, sparking tension with directors. These clashes shaped MASH's edge but strained the set, yet MASH's heart outlasted the storms. But the drama didn't end with the big exits. Lesser-known struggles simmered among the cast who stayed. Jamie Farr, who played the lovable Corporal Max Klinger, brought laughs with his dress-wearing antics to dodge duty. But behind the scenes, Farr quietly pushed for more depth. In a 1990s interview, he admitted frustration that Klinger's comedic role overshadowed his dramatic potential, citing episodes like House of Cards, where Klinger's loyalty shone. Unverified whispers from set insiders suggest Farr clashed with writers over Klinger's arc, wanting stories beyond gags. Similarly, William Christopher, the gentle father Francis Mulcahy, sought richer material. His memoir hinted at lobbying for episodes like Mulcahy's War, where the chaplain faced moral dilemmas, but felt Mulcahy was often sidelined for Hawkeye's heroics. Ex-posts from 2025 speculate that Loretta Swit mediated these tensions, calming Farr and Christopher during heated script meetings. One fan wrote, "Swit was the glue, keeping egos in check." These claims lack proof, but they paint a picture of a cast grappling with their roles' limits. And the cast wasn't the only source of drama. Writers had their own wars. The writer's room was a battlefield. Larry Gelbart, MASH's creative force, clashed repeatedly with CBS over the show's anti-war bite. A rejected episode about a soldier's mutiny, pitched in 1974, was scrapped for being too radical, Gelbart later recalled in a memoir. Another unproduced script explored Radar's family trauma, with his mother's struggles back home, but CBS vetoed it as too dark for primetime. Writer Ken Levine shared in a 2023 podcast how writers sometimes tweaked scripts to favor Alda's Hawkeye, sparking grumbles from other actors. A 1976 incident saw Linville storm out of a table read over a cut Frank scene, though he later apologized. These battles shaped MASH's bold voice, but left scars, with writers and cast navigating a tightrope between art and network demands. The drama didn't stop at the set. Fans had their own fights. Fans were MASH's lifeblood, but they weren't shy about voicing rage. Henry Blake's 1975 death in Abyssinia, Henry sparked protests outside CBS offices, with fans picketing in cities like Chicago, waving signs reading, "Bring back Blake." CBS archives reveal letters accusing the show of betraying trust. Later exits, like Radar's, drew softer but still passionate pleas in 1979 fan magazines. Recent X and Reddit debates keep the fire alive, with 2024 threads arguing over Alda's dominance. Some call him selfish, others a visionary. The 2024 Fox special, MASH, the comedy that changed television, reignited tensions, criticized for recycling old interviews without noting deceased stars like Sweet, Harry Morgan, and Linville. Fans on X demanded unedited cast footage, with one writing, "We deserve the raw truth." A 2023 Reddit post claimed a lost Sweet interview from 2000's conventions detailed set tensions, but no tape has surfaced, fueling speculation. Fans' fervor kept MASH alive, but their clashes showed its deep grip. Yet MASH's impact went beyond drama. It reshaped TV. MASH's legacy ripples through modern television. Its blend of comedy and drama paved the way for Grey's Anatomy, with its emotional stakes, and The West Wing, with its sharp dialogue. Its anti-war stance, bold in the Vietnam era, inspired shows like China Beach. Globally, MASH found fans in countries like Japan and Germany, where dubbed reruns still air. X posts from 2024 share stories of MASH shaping lives. One fan wrote, "It taught me empathy as a teen." Sweet's death in 2025 sparked viral tributes, with her finale scene, where Margaret leaves the 47th, racking up millions of views. X rumors claim Swit's final words exposed cast rifts, but these are unconfirmed, driven by fans craving closure. MASH wasn't just a show. It was a mirror of our struggles on and off the screen. Its tensions, from cast exits to writer wars, gave it raw truth. What did MASH mean to you? Share your story below, and let's keep the 4077th spirit burning.